3 reasons why physical therapy doesn't get you back to weightlifting. Do you feel like physical therapy helps you get your mobility back? You can move in all planes, but you just couldn't really get much strength back? Most people that we talk to every week share similar feelings to that. They feel great while they go to PT, and they're told to stop exercising completely, and that means weightlifting while they're rehabbing to avoid flare-ups. However, what happens is when they get discharged from shoulder PT, their first day back in the gym never goes well. And that's especially when it comes to barbell bench press, barbell incline press, and even doing things like flies and body weight exercises like dips, push-ups, and even pull-ups. I'm here to tell you that this is pretty common, and we're going to go through the 3 reasons why and how you're going to change that today. Reason number 1 is going to be lack of periodization. And for simplicity purposes, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quote Google, okay? I'm going to share Google's definition of what periodization is, which breaks it down very simply for you. Periodization is a training strategy that involves manipulating or changing variables over time to help the body adapt and grow stronger. Simply put, it's just changing your sets, your reps, and your load over a set period of time. And why am I bringing this up? It's because this is not done in PT. Every time people go, they do the same old boring exercises. Same sets and reps, 3 sets of 10 sound familiar? And to make matters worse, they use the same bands in terms of resistance. They're using the yellow band for weeks and weeks and weeks, not bringing up anything to their therapist, or they're using a little baby weights, 1, 2, or 3 pound dumbbell to do their T's, Y's, and I's, or their sideline external rotation. So if that's you, that's a red flag, and I would start questioning your therapist or look at seeing a specialist. Now, let's progress on to reason number 2. Reason number 2 is going to be insufficient load. You can't simply get back to using a barbell in the gym, which is 45 pounds for males, 35 pounds for females, depending on which gym you're going to, if you're just using those baby weights I just explained, right? Using light resistance bands, standing here, doing this exercise, doing these, that is not going to be enough load put on the tendons and the muscles around the tendons to support your joint to get you back to doing that pain-free. If it was that easy, everyone would get pain-free in PT and be back in the gym right away, and I wouldn't have a business and I wouldn't be making this video right now. Simply put, you need to increase load over time. A good example for the upper body would be increasing your weight by just 5% week after week. And it's important that while you increase your weight by 5% every week, you keep your sets and your reps the same. You should not change all 3 variables, sets, reps, and load at the same time. Only change one of those at a time, otherwise you don't know what's helping and what's making it worse. And the way we do this with our clients is we have them keep a mental log or an activity log where they're putting in their phone notes or through Google Doc, and they can kind of control and just kind of update things on the go while they're at the gym, where we know like, oh, maybe they did too much load this week, they had a flare up. Oh, maybe they increased their sets and their reps too frequently this week, and we need to kind of scale things back down. So it's really important that you know exactly what you're doing so you can build a plan around it so it doesn't happen again, and you can progress going upwards rather than staying on a roller coaster of pain where your pain gets worse, gets better, gets worse, and gets better. And now you might be asking, what if my pain increased? I went up by weights like 5%, like you said, Dr. Corey, but my pain still went up. Okay, then what this means is we go back to the drawing board. Maybe we don't increase the weights as much. Maybe instead of 5%, we increase the weights by 2.5%. Okay, and we try that and we see how our body feels during and afterwards. Right? Did your soreness increase? Okay, that's normal. Soreness should increase, guys. There's something called delayed onset of muscle soreness, right? Typically it lasts anywhere from 2 to 3 days after your workout. If that soreness is going on and on and on, it means maybe you need more rest time, maybe something more in terms of recovery, or you just did too much too soon. Now we're going to move on to number 3. Number 3 is going to be lack of specificity. And this is going to be the most important of the 3 reasons why PT doesn't get you back to weightlifting. So pay attention. If you're ready to fix your shoulder pain, get my free shoulder pain fix guide by joining my Facebook group, NTS Shoulder Pain Relief Method. Now back to the video. Have you ever heard a coach say, hey, the way you practice is how you play? Well, if you did, you can relate to this because the way you train and rehab is the way you're going to transfer over those skills to the way you do things in the weight room. So you need to put a lot of effort, a lot of time, and a lot of control into your rehab process and a lot of specific things that get you closer to doing the things you want to do in the gym, which doesn't get happened or pushed enough in physical therapy. Exercises given in PT are nowhere near specific enough to get you back to doing things like overhead press, bench press, incline press, etc. Because what happens is, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the videos, PTs tell you to take time off from the gym when you're seeing them for 4 to 8 weeks, okay? That could be up to 2 months, maybe even longer. And if you're not doing any of those exercises, you're reducing load on the area. Your muscles atrophy, the tendons get weak, right? And what happens is when you go back to lifting, you have that immediate pain that re-sparks the whole inflammatory process. So you're starting from kind of zero all over again. What happens here is you need to relearn those body movement patterns, and they need to be built in and sprinkled in around your rehab plan. Any new or unfamiliar movement to the body is going to be rejected at first, but the body is smart and it's going to adapt over time with the right amount of stimulus thrown at it. So what I'm saying here is your training program should match your goals, and that's where the principle of specificity comes into play. You should also be able to do what you want without pain by the time you get close to finishing your physical therapy sessions. But not so fast. You should also have a maintenance plan to sprinkle in, so you're not stuck if the pain returns 2 or 3 months after you finish physical therapy. You need to understand how to fix yourself if this issue arises again. Now listen up, if you're a weightlifter who had a failed experience at PT and you can relate to one of those 3 issues I just went over of why PT doesn't really get you back to 100% in weightlifting, I'd love to help you by sending a free training that can help you learn our NTS method to get your shoulder pain-free and back to lifting 100%. Just comment the word shoulder down below and I'll send it right over. And as always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos every week, and check out our Instagram for new content every day. See you in the next one.